I think we are privileged to have the presence of Mr. Chetan Sharma, the Additional Solicitor General of India. He is not only one of the most eminent lawyers of the country, but he is a jurist, an academician, a scholar, well versed, you see, not only with law, but also with the culture, with the history, and with the values of our civilization right from the ancient times. Today also happens to be his birthday. So a big hand to Mr. Chetan Sharma and many, many happy returns. Thank you.
A celebration is a celebration. It's celebrated, it's over. Respected doyen of the Indian jurist landscape, a young man, as I said last year, and he's growing young each day, 80 plus and strong, one of the most humble but yet pillars of our legal edifice, especially the corporate edifice. It's almost as if it is synonymous with Mr. Lalit Bhasin. And as I said on the last occasion here, he is one man who is feted not by any Indian diaspora or something, but he's been feted by the House of Lords. So this is his humility that he can introduce me in such a manner. I don't know whether I deserve it or not, but coming from an elder, I shall certainly take it with humility.
I think he deserves your support.
Thanks to Mr. Anurag Batra, the soul and spirit behind BMW, BW. Well, actually, it's a BMW of law. It's not easy to configure, organize, run and operationalize such a wonderful system as Mr. Batra has put in place. And you know, you can always conjure up something, but you can't, it's very difficult to maintain it. You can also maintain it, but it's more difficult to maintain it with credibility. You can also maintain it with credibility, but it's more difficult to maintain it with excellence. And above that, the crowning on the cake is, not of this cake, but the crowning of the cake is that it is done with a lot of passion, with integrity, and with a lot of sensitivity. He's there where nobody is, and he picks up those threads which are not visible, those ideas which escape your mind. And I want to share something with you, because I was taught this when yours truly was picked up in his teen days to do a test cricket commentary for India versus West Indies in 1983 Kolkata Eden Gardens. I was in my teens at that time, and there was a lot of opposition. Opposition to care, it's been with me all through, even now. So they said, why are you taking this young fellow? So Shurujit Sen used to be old time, he used to be the controller of sports. So he said, we need to put in young people. So we were trained at this place, Sports School Rai, where we also gave commentary for the Asian Games. तो एक मंत्र उन्होंने बताया, और वो सूत्र ये है कि see, Vivian Richards has hit a cover drive, right? It's a wonderful cover drive, it's gone for 4. If the commentator says that it's a wonderful cover drive and it's fetched 4 runs, every viewer in the country and beyond knows that it's a cover drive, knows that it's gone for 4. What is your take on that? You are just stating the obvious. The obvious is for below average mediocre people. You have to find something more. So therefore your research comes in. And ultimately, if you can find out that Viv Richards actually had a fractured hand or a partially hairline fracture and still he executed that shot. And for a cover drive, it requires a particular part of the arm, to play very strong and which can wilt and excavate the fracture. And yet he went for that shot, shows the kind of passion that Vivian Richards has. And that's what makes Vivian Richards Vivian Richards. So that part, if you can tell to the audience, you are a good commentator. So this is the part of a lawyer, this is the part of a corporate lawyer, and this is the part that Batra Sahab has been doing, that what is not obvious, let me put it legally, what is not res ipsa locutor, which is hidden, but which needs to be drawn out and placed before the firmament for its appraisal and dissection and analysis, is the kind that BM world is actually doing. It's bringing out the fine print, it's writing what ought to have been written or what has been suppressed. Not that it is sensationalism, no. Not that it's anything to do with a yellow side of things. But this is substantive, legal, procedural aspects of this great profession that we are in. And let me tell you, today it's the number 1 profession. Topmost secretaries have told me, I'm saying this, मैं झूठ नहीं बोलूँगा आज के दिन. Secretaries to the government of India, they say कि सर काश हम भी वकील होते आपकी तरह से. मैंने कहा सेक्रेटरी साहब 30 साल पहले हम ये सोचते थे काश हम कोई सेक्रेटरी बनते. So life turns full circle, and you have our topmost lawyers. Very well, they can be almost counted at par in the commercial earnings with an industry or a film star or a rock star or a golf champion or a tennis champion. It's as much earning. But it's not as if the entire parametrics of the edifice is left high and dry. No, there is ample space for everybody. I can see a lot of my friends here, friends whom I'm meeting after I met them abroad. Of course, it's no rhyme to giggle, but after having spotted them and met them in Georgia, I'm seeing them now. So, a lot of people are there. If I take names, then I'll be partial. Of course I am. But then it's such a wonderful feeling. You bond with each other. You've grown with each other over the years. And you have actually, with a magnum opus, wanted to look at the faults of others while not looking at yourself. This is the beauty of growing up. But I think now that we are settled, and today's proposition, if I understand, let's get to the point, is the legal governance. Batra sahab yahi hai na? The legal governance, if you want to add or subtract, bata do, to let's go ahead with this. So the legal governance is in 4 parts. Number 1, everything in law is in 3 stages. In the past, which is precedent, in presenti, which holds the moment, and in future what to expect. I think the pace at which we are moving, we might as well concentrate on the present time and the future. Because past laurels, apart from nostalgia, will get you nowhere. Sorry, Basin Saab. But he's not a relic, let me tell you. He's one man. He's one man who is more futuristic than us even. He may be quiet, but that doesn't mean that his vision of the future is any manner limited. So what is the present time and the future in a hybrid? And where is the governance headed to, and where are we placed? So AI, 1, deepfake, 2, digital crime, 3, cyber crime, 4, and 4A, cross-border cyber crime, cross-border digital terrorism, and of course international cyber terrorism, which is when countries and rogue elements within countries hack your essential services, which is what India has faced also. The governance here, reflective of the interface of the governance on the international scene, has to now evolve into a tribunal or a court of sorts to deal with this futuristic, this in present time challenge that we are faced with. One is on the technological side. आपके पास unwanted calls आ रहे हैं, आपने spam develop कर दिया. Digital arrest हुई तो आपने उसका बता दिया, साहब digital arrest is bad, be beware. So you will have a technological antidote, like you had ना कि पहले चोरी चोर करते थे, तो आपने चोरी को offset करने के लिए you had various things in place. But now for this, apart from the technological, you need a robust legal regime. And this is governance which I have to talk today. And what is that robust legal regime which will put the fear of God into those people who choose to tread on this nebulous line to say that because there is no coded law, so therefore let us have a free run till such time that we can. So there has to be what I will now call a preemptive, anticipatory penal regime in place. You are not, and this is a thought that I am putting it before you. It is not that you, till such time that you are proven guilty, you are innocent. Parameteria with what the UAPA holds, parameteria with what the UAPA law holds or the POSCO law holds, this part should come in. Insofar as cyber crimes and digital and deep fakes are there, that you will be presumed to be guilty. And the law enforcing agencies, which will be very specialized, will have an internal mechanism which need not go to court. Basin Saab, so much for freedom of speech. I'm sorry, but we have to pull the rug somewhere. Otherwise, it's going to go berserk. And not for us, but for the children who are coming up, we need to provide this immunity. So as I was saying, parameteria with 41, you are guilty the moment there is a deep fake. Now, the other part is your mechanism which is there in the IT Act and the rules, which say that the intermediary will be notified and within 72 hours he'll pull it down and so on and so forth. I think that also needs to have a few more schedules and a few more regulations. It can't wait for somebody to go up. Now, please don't take, I did this matter in court. in the last general elections, there was this fake or a deep fake or whatever you call it, alluding constitutional changes. And that caught on so much that by the time that we could stymie it in court, it had probably cost 80 to 120 seats. So the governance, ladies and gentlemen, the governance in law is now not only the governance in law, it is the wider aspect of governance and security of your country. Because you are not having individual thieves who will come at night, crack jokes and pilfer away jewelry. You have conspirators across, and sometimes even governments who do not like you. Despite the tariff, in the third quarter you've grown 8.2. You've grown 8.2 now. Who is going to like it? And if this exponential continues, which I assume that there's no reason as to why it not, it could even go to 9 or 10. So yesterday I was hearing a Pakistani anchor. He's quite a respected figure. Cheema साहब हैं, वो गंजे बिल्कुल हैं. He's more bald than even Batra साहब. हाँ, उसने क्या कहा, पंजाबी में कहा उसने, क्यों है तो वही के ना, but he's in the United States. So he's Tarar, sorry. Cheema has a lot of hair. Tarar doesn't. So Tarar and Cheema were debating. तो कहते क्या नाम अपना Tarar साहब 8.2 हो गया है. You know what his reaction was? And this is to do something with governance. It's not out of the way. He said 8.2 नहीं हो सकता जी, ये गलती लगी है ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਅੱਖਾਂ 'ਚ. ਇਹ 2.8 ਹੈਗਾ. These are figures which you can't fudge. But if this is undigestible, then you will adopt every hook, line and sinker method to see that a country which is now on the cusp of being an economic power, as probably the fourth largest economy in the world, is brought down. So it's not some ego. There's a calculated regime all over. There are deep states, there are any things. And if your legal system of governance is there to withstand it in anticipation, you will not have saved not only the integrity and the credibility of your legal system here, but you will have also contributed to a very, very major extent of your national well-being, national security, and national राष्ट्रोत्थान. तो ये है आज का परिप्रेक्ष्य, या यूं कहें कि ये है आज का परिवेश जिसमें हम आपसे ये संबोधन आदान प्रदान हो रहा है. थोड़ा हिंदी में भी बोल लें, थोड़ी सी अंग्रेजी आती थी. तो बंधुओं, इसमें हमारा जब तक वैचारिक हम अपने मंथन नहीं करेंगे, जब तक वैचारिक मंथन नहीं करेंगे, और इस वैचारिक मंथन को देखो, संस्कृत में कहावत है संघ शक्ति ही. कलयुग में जो यूनिटी है आपकी, दैट इज योर ग्रेटेस्ट स्ट्रेंथ. और संघ शक्ति का सबसे बड़ा प्रमाण यह है, द पावर इज नॉट द पावर ऑफ द सॉर्ड. पहले कहते थे द पावर ऑफ द पेन. इट्स द पावर हियर. मनेव मनुष्याणाम कर्म बंधयो. यहां से मन से ही मुक्ति है, मन से ही मोक्ष है, मन से ही सेलिब्रेशन है, मन से ही आप 80 साल के बाद भी यंग लग रहे हो. ये मन ही तो अच्छा है. ये मन ही तो अच्छा है. आपका मन ठीक नहीं है तो आपका तन भी ठीक नहीं रहेगा. अच्छा, तन भी ठीक नहीं तो कुछ भी ठीक नहीं होगा. So everything begins here, and this has said कि wishing you all a very wonderful program here, which is organized as it was last year also. It was absolutely remarkable, very spick and span, and it's still doing better. I have friends who are sitting at the back. I can recognize some I can't because the lighting over there is not that much. सामने lighting बहुत अच्छी है. सबसे बड़ी light तो ये बैठे हैं. And so I think that's it. ज़्यादा बोलना भी नहीं चाहिए. युक्ताहार विहारस्य युक्तश्च कर्मसु. Everything should be in balance. और it's November 30th. It's a great day. Some foolish people were born on this day. And for whatever it is, it's the most beautiful time of the year. And you can be assured that Sagittarians speak too much, but they're very harmless. They have never harmed anybody. They'll take harm, but they'll not harm anybody. कभी किसी का नुकसान नहीं. ये लिखा है. मैं अपने मन से नहीं बोल रहा हूं. आज तक किसी सैजिटेरियन ने कोई बड़ा क्राइम नहीं किया. वो क्राइम के लिए कॉशन करते हैं आपको. So all the best. Keep smiling, keep laughing. It's a beautiful day. एयर में थोड़ी पोल्यूशन जरूर है, लेकिन अगर आपके माइंड में कोई पोल्यूशन नहीं है तो ये एयर की पोल्यूशन भी आपको कुछ नहीं कहेगी. आप जीतते और हारते अपने मन से ही हैं. तो इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आप खूब अच्छी तरह से खाना खाएं. दिस इज अ सेलिब्रेशन. ये कैलोरी शैलरी के चक्कर में ना पड़ें. ये जितना गिल्ट यहां होगा उससे ज्यादा नुकसान होगा. आई एक्चुअली वेंट टू माई डॉक्टर. कहते शर्मा जी जरा टेस्ट करें आपका शुगर. मैं कह रहने दो डॉक्टर साहब. पंजाबी. मैं कह रहने दो डॉक्टर साहब. कहते नहीं जी करो. अच्छा आ गया जी 165. एकदम से चार्ट निकाल लिया. काउंसलिंग करो जी, प्री डायबिटिक. मैं कह डॉक्टर साहब 2 मिनट ठहरो. सामने गया मिठाई की दुकान पर रसगुल्ले. मैंने कहा रसगुल्ले खा के उस सीरा होता है ना उसका, वो पिया मैंने परमात्मा को याद किया. बसीन साहब के आशीर्वाद हैं ही है मेरे साथ. मैं कहा डॉक्टर साहब हूं देखो. कहना होनी था कि मैं कहा देखो ना 128. कहता हुआ क्या है. मैंने कहा माइंड ठीक हो गया, बात खत्म हो गई. सो इट्स देयर. सो विद दीज प्लीज एंजॉय योरसेल्व्स एंड थैंक यू बत्रा साहब फॉर कॉलिंग मी ऑन अ वेरी स्पेशल डे. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
It's working, sir.
I hope you have understood whatever words of wisdom have fallen from the learned Additional Solicitor General. If you have not followed them, then it is your loss. इन्होंने हिंदी में बोला, मैं उर्दू का शेर. या रब न वो समझे हैं न समझेंगे मेरी बात, दे और दिल उनको जो न दे मुझको जुबां और. Whatever he had to say, I think that deserves the attention of each and every one of us, because that is our value, that is our responsibility, and that ought to be the spirit of governance so far as lawyers are concerned. There is a prime duty on this profession. The only profession which is recognized in the Constitution of India in Article 22. Only profession. Therefore, it's a big responsibility. Therefore, what he is talking about futuristic, those goals are already set, not just for lawyers, but for the entire country. Viksit Bharat 2047, and also importantly, Atmanirbhar Bharat. That is what Prime Minister has laid the vision for all of us, and we have to achieve that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.